What are we doing?
Just being glamorous.
We are about to get blasted. Oh my gosh. Oh.
And I got hit in the face with a wall of fire.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy a boat. I've been waiting for like 6 or 7 years trying to get the money together.
Let's get these guys on a boat. I'm Elayna and this is Riley. And this is our home, Le Vagabond. We've been sailing around the world for the last 5 years and have recently found ourselves with a stowaway. Meet Lenny. Subscribe and welcome aboard. We're in a really weird town. It's called Fort Pierce. And we're just walking 2.3 miles to get to a food market. And I'm dying. It's a really industrial place by the looks of things, but I'm just judging a book by its cover, which I shouldn't do. Anyway, it's a lovely temperature today. Feels like summer. What are we doing?
Just being glamorous. Hanging out in the car park at KF. We're getting an Uber, this is ridiculous.
How's my boy?
Lenny's cracked it. He said, I'm not having any of this, I'm going to sleep.
Just hanging out in car parks today. We actually have to wait for the herb shop to open up because I need some ashwagandha to help with sleep on the boat. So we're gonna go hang out in another car park until then. The herb shop doesn't open up for a little bit, so we need to hang out. We always find ourselves in these weird places, hey?
Car parks.
Yeah.
We just met these guys who follow our YouTube adventures, and they've kindly offered to take us back to the marina.
And I'm Paul and this is Lisa.
Hey guys.
Our boat is Anne-Marie.
Oh yeah. Well, this is shaping up to be a rather interesting day. We've already met a few different people. These guys are also cruisers, and their boat is docked here in Fort Pierce.
And they know Riz and Maya.
And then over Riz and Maya.
I want to try. No one has.
That's got to be some of the worst filming I've ever done, but I'm one-handed and on a bouncing dinghy, so.
And breastfeeding.
And breastfeeding, so cut me some slack. Oh my gosh.
I want to feel.
We invited Paul and Lisa around to check out Le Vagabond because Paul was really interested in seeing an Ultramar. He said he'd never been on one before.
Well, as I said, we bought a 46-foot Morgan sailboat. I went to bed about 9 o'clock, and at 11:30 that night, I woke up. And when I set up, the boat was engulfed in flames and just smoke all over. I shoved the V-berth hatch open. I jumped overboard, and when I came up and turned and looked back at the boat, flames were shooting through the V-berth hatch. It was 8D batteries, old 8D batteries and bad connections. As I'm in the water swimming, I call 911, and then I lost the call. 911 called me back, and they sent the Coast Guard out. And everything's covered in black smoke. You couldn't hardly see anything. The lady on 911 had told me, says, turn your flashlight on and hang up the phone. I'm like, I don't have a flashlight. She said, you have a cell phone, sir. I'm like, yeah. She said, turn the flashlight on for it. I'm like, oh, wait. I went to the hospital, and the next morning they sent me home. Oh, is that picture of it?
The Coast Guard.
Yeah, the Coast Guard took a picture, and I was on their Facebook page.
So I'm about to make an ashwagandha tonic. Lisa and Paul gave me this other stuff because he suffers from insomnia, or he has. They gave us this stuff that's made in Melbourne, and it's called Just Don't Give a Shit. So I'm going to also mix that in with my ashwagandha mix. You can make your own almond milk. I picked up some almonds, but I can't be bothered today, so I'm just going to use some already made almond milk. Blend that with a tip of a teaspoon of cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, vanilla extract, the ashwagandha root, and some dates for sweetening. I'm looking forward to it. It's actually going to be delish. Are you going to let me sleep, Lenny? Are you gonna let me sleep today? It's not Lenny's fault, it's just stress related. I've been off the boat for a while and now I'm back on it. And I've also got him, so I've always got this ear like listening out for him, so it's just feels impossible for me to sleep these days, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna sort it out. I follow a girl, she has a podcast, The Balanced Blonde, and she had insomnia. She tried everything and she swears by ashwagandha. So it's an Indian medicine, so I'll let you know if it works. It smells delicious. So Lisa and Paul came over and Riley showed Paul the boat who's interested in some of the gear and stuff like that. Really nice people, and they have quite an incredible story. Paul actually has cancer, started in his prostate and then got into his bones, and
It's pretty much everywhere.
yeah, so it was too late for chemo for him, so they're trying all alternative forms of treatment, and yeah, they brought over this stuff, and she knows a lot. Lisa knows it a lot, apparently. She's been getting into all kinds of concoctions, and it really helps with his pain.
So their plans to jump on a boat and sail the world have just been shot to pieces. So they're
Still living on the boat and working, and
and he was supposed to. They gave him 18 months, and it's been 19 months.
Yeah.
So he's like.
prove the doctors wrong.
It's been a pretty big day for us emotionally.
Yeah.
We're in Wendy's, and I looked over, and there was a guy who sat down, and his eyes just went, and he was
Oh my
like,
god.
oh my god.
Yeah, it looked like he'd seen a ghost.
So he came over, and he was a big fan of the show. All right, man. What's your name again?
Lex. Right now I'm trying to save up to get a boat, so we're kind of homeless right now. So we're just trying to save up, hopefully get a job soon. Work on boats. I've already done marine construction, so I built docks and boat lifts and stuff like that. Anybody around who needs any boat work or dock work or needs just help around the water generally, then I'm up for the job.
Let's get these guys on a boat.
You wouldn't know this, Elayna, but later on when him and I were talking, he said that when he saw us get onto this catamaran that he was actually crying.
Why?
Just with joy.
Oh,
He said you were crying and he was crying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're such down-to-earth people.
So I was talking to him and I said, what do you do? And he said, I'm unemployed and homeless at the moment. As we got to talking later on and he showed me where he hangs out, it's not a house, I got to know him a bit better, and he just wants to move on to the ocean just like Elayna and I are.
He wants to sail back to the Bahamas where he's from.
So if there's anyone in the Fort Pierce area that knows of a job or something that he can do, he's got experience in marine construction. This is similar to me as well.
Or if anyone has a monohull sitting like just anchored that they want to sell.
Rotting away, because there are some out here that
Yeah.
are just not worth anything, and he can go and crash on that for a while or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he would prefer cash work, Elayna, he said.
Yeah.
For a whole bunch of different reasons that we don't really need to get into. He's a good lad, and I just thought that it would be good if we could try and get him some work. So he gave us his number. I'm not sure if we'll put that in the description or if you send emails to us.
We'll put his phone number in the description.
Okay, and if anyone's got any work for him, he would really, really appreciate it, and we would too.
We weren't expecting to meet these people today, but just we wake up and appreciate our lives every single day. We feel like we're so lucky, and like just after today even more so. We decided to stay here today because there was a serious blow from the south and we didn't want to sail into that. So I've just been sitting outside watching the storm clouds come over, and it's really beautiful. There's lightning and you can smell rain. Whoa, you guys, look at the ball of water. We are about to get blasted. My goodness. Get ready. Oh my gosh. Oh! Whoa! My gosh.
I just took Lenny downstairs and Elayna jumped into bed with him, so I've got to be a little bit quiet. Give that a like if you like that video, please. That helps us out. And what a day. It was very impactful. I don't think that I've ever had a day quite like that. tomorrow we'll be heading further down the coast, hopefully with a bit of wind. Cool, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.